Hi, it's me again with Corel Roll Tips and Tricks. Somebody sent me this clip art of a peanut. It's got some watermarks behind it. And asked how to trace it or draw it. I drew two, just playing around. Thought I'd kind of entertain her. But if I was going to do this one with the item selected, go the crop tool and crop out as much of the area you don't need out of the way and then crop it. I am going to take, and for the one I'm doing it for, I'm going to make it really small. I think it helps Corel trace it easier and faster. I'm just going to use outline trace clip art. Does pretty good. Hit OK. Move the new one out of the way. If we bring in a yellow box, do a yellow box trick, order back a page, we can see it has white. Normally you could take the black and go up to object and group and ungroup. And normally you can move the black away, but it's several different areas of black. Now we did move all the white away, and that's going to be a big help. But what I was saying about the black, see, you've got, even that line is not a complete line. So I'm happy with, we don't have to move that white. You can just click on that white and hit delete. And then kind of zoom in and just take all the white away from the inside with the pick tool, and pretty quick on your keyboard, just keep you don't even have to look at your keyboard, just click your mouse and hit delete, and we're deleting some white. And this is pretty good. Whoever drew it did a good job, because all the little divots in the peanut are irregular. I took away one line. So that's pretty good. Now how to draw one and just kind of entertain. I'm going to take, I can't remember when the symmetry tool started, but I'm going to try to draw a peanut with the freehand tool. And just earlier today, I made my freehand a smoother tool. And you'll find out real quick if you have any artistic ability, which, as you can see, I don't. But we're going to zoom in here, and while it's still a symmetry, we can change this. And I'm not going to spend a lot of time. You can add a node. Whoop, we don't want to do that. Turn that into a cusp by right-clicking, and then that way you only get one handle will move and the other handle won't move. I'm not unhappy with that. Now, finish. And then your symmetry is this big part of the screen. So what you can do now is take the Smart Fill tool and fill that in with any color. And then you can left click, right click. Now to make these divots, you need them about as many as on the screen, and I would probably make two and then make them a little bit different, or you could make them individually. Let's select them both and turn them both into curves. And let's grab the shape tool. Well, as a matter of fact, let's use the smoothing tool. And let's just smooth both of them out. For this to work, you have to select that item, and sometimes it's harder than you think. So we're making them a little bit non-symmetrical. You could do a little bit more, and you could do, 3 or 4 of them and maybe have a better look. But I'm happy with that, so I'm going to Control D and make a duplicate. Then I'll actually mirror them so we get a little bit different look. We need like 2 more. Control D. Move them, and what I'm going to use is the envelope tool. Control D, move that down by hand. Control D again, maybe flip this one. Control D, Control D, Control D. Maybe you can take the last 2 and Control D, move them down and flip them. That way they don't have to be, they could be more space on one row than the other. I mean, it is a peanut. Then you need to group this together, Control G. Now, there's two envelope tools in Corel. One of them is right here, and this really doesn't work in this case as good. That is, create a new envelope from form, and see, sometimes it just doesn't work. So there's another, and it should work better than that. I'm going to elongate this a little bit. I'm going to select them all. I'm going to hit P. Now I'm going to be able to grab the red one and grab this envelope tool and just bring in, when you're doing this by hand. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn that into a cusp and just kind of bring these to the side. And because you're doing, it's going to be a little bit different because you're doing them by hand and not the same side equally. So it's going to be a little bit different already. Now, if you elongate this handle, okay, I need to turn this into a cusp. If you elongate this handle, see what happens? You can bring that curve way up in there. And you can kind of see what's happening to your peanut as you're going. We got over the edge on that one. So what we could do is, one, you could add another node right there. And then, I'm not going to spend a lot of time. You can kind of see what I'm doing. But see, when I move the node over, I'm also moving down and it'll stretch it. Doesn't look half bad. Now, if she's going to, I don't know if she's engraving this. This thing is almost 9 inches, so we're going to set our nudge factor on 9. We're going to select all these and make them, she's engraving them, maybe make them black. Make this a gray. Move that over. And then take away the outline, except we don't want to take away the outline on this. We want to take the outline on this away. And then move that over. Now, if she's printing this, you could make this, let's go get a brown. Just make up different shades of brown. And there you have a peanut. Now, I did not put like a stem, but once you have the color in there, you could grab the shape tool, add a couple of nodes on the line and bring your stem up. Play with it, whatever you want to do. I like the one somebody else drew better, as you can see, but, and you could still go back there and, change every individual one. Anyway, I hope that helped them a little bit. Thank you for watching.